What is the retribution principle in the Bible? Imagine a world where every action you take has a direct and fair response. That's the idea behind the retribution principle in the Bible. It's a way of understanding how God interacts with people based on their choices. This principle says that God rewards those who do what is right and punishes those who do what is wrong. It's like a moral balance that keeps the universe fair and just. In the Old Testament, this idea is very clear. For example, in the book of Deuteronomy, God tells the Israelites that if they obey His commands, they will be blessed. But if they disobey, they will face curses. This shows a direct link between actions and results. Proverbs also talks about how wisdom and righteousness lead to life and prosperity, while wickedness leads to destruction. These ideas are often illustrated with farming images like sowing seeds and reaping crops, meaning what you plant is what you will harvest. But it's important to see that this principle isn't always straightforward. The book of Job challenges the idea that suffering always means someone has done wrong. Job was a righteous man, yet he faced intense suffering. This shows that sometimes good people suffer and bad people prosper, which adds some complexity to the idea. It reminds us that God's justice is certain, but the reasons for suffering might not be immediately clear. In the New Testament, the principle is still true but expanded. It teaches that what people sow in their spiritual lives will determine their eternal destiny. For example, in the letter to the Galatians, it says that people will reap what they sow, either corruption or eternal life. The final judgment will bring full justice, rewarding the righteous and punishing the wicked. But God's mercy, shown through Jesus Christ, means that some people receive grace they don't deserve, balancing justice with forgiveness. Knowing about this principle helps believers trust that God is just and that their actions matter. It encourages living rightly and trusting God's timing, especially when life seems unfair. It also reminds us to stay humble because not all outcomes are clear right away. So, the retribution principle is about how God's justice works in the world. It's based on His character of fairness and righteousness. But it's also balanced by His mercy and the reality that life's hardships aren't always punishment for sin. It's a way to understand how God deals with people in both this life and eternity.